Hello everyone, and welcome to another full game review. This one is going to be of Zed. This was quite a bloody game on my part. I got a pretty good amount of kills for the amount of time that went on in the game. Kha'Zix and I basically went off on the enemy team. And my only deaths were to ganks from Shaco. So let's see how it all plays out. Because she has Conqueror, it is very risky for me to be in a melee trade with her. A lot of people don't do that regardless on Zed level 1, but it's not a good idea to not do that sometimes. You should sometimes do it. A lot of Zed players forget you are an AD champion. It's just that it's better to not do level 1 trades most of the time, and people get conditioned by that and end up not doing it ever. But that's not the way to go. In this scenario, in this context, a level 1 trade is not a good idea. Especially when she has Conqueror already. So I'm taking whatever CS I can from as much safety as I can muster. Now what happened there was she went into my minion wave as soon as I hit level 3. See that? This allowed me to hit an easy combo on her because there was only one way for her to go, and that was back to her lane. See, there's only one way she has to go here. She cannot stay close to my minions or close to me, because I'm one level up on her. So she went in at a very bad time. I had too many minions, and I had my combo ready to use. That is one hit of her corrupting potion down, while I still have all of my potions, because I'm not taking bad trades. Now I just have to be mindful of her stun. I have to keep moving. Now what I did here was I was anticipating her flash with mine, but for some reason she did not do that. Most people would have, so in this situation I end up wasting flash because I tried to predict hers. Instead she decided to jump to my minions and completely guarantee her death, but she keeps flash. I don't know if it's a good idea down the line, but that's what she decided to do. So let's see how I get the kill, how it starts. She goes in towards me because I'm hitting her creeps, and she tries to stun, but I step right out of the way. Now what she should have done here was back off, but she kept trying to fight me after missing her stun. All I had to do was dodge her shield attack and try my best to stay in her melee range. which was also what that flash was for. But she didn't flash, she just went to my minions and died with Ignite on her and minion damage. She has Conquer ready here, which is why I use my Shadow defensively. Apparently she's also a Tales of Symphonia fan. But yeah, she has her stuff ready here, so I dash out of her melee range. I don't want to get into an extended confrontation with her when she has Flash and when she has her damage reduction and when she has Conqueror coming up soon. So I try to disengage, which is why I put my Shadow there, but I also ensure to combo her as I do that. I don't just jump to it and then just wait it out. I watch. And then I go in for a melee attack and E, and then I jump to it. So I'm safely out of her melee range when I've already auto-attacked her, already hit her with 2 shurikens, and already used my E on her. So it's the best possible scenario for me to disengage from. Right now I'm just trying to get level 6. Because once I get that, I can assuredly kill her here. That Q without my Shadow was only done to get her deeper into the threshold of death. To make it easier for me to kill her with an ult. Now unfortunately I did not get level 6 as soon as I thought I would. So she lives with no health. And I get ganked and died. Also, you can't see the chat of the game. You can't see the pings, but I ended up pinging my experience, and I was level 5 with 100% to level 6. I was like 1 experience point away. I don't know how that works. I don't know what kind of minion I missed or what kind of experience I must have shared with someone. I don't think I did. But look, 1 minion level up. I don't know how, I don't know why it happened, but if we asked why things happened the way they did, or why we did things the way that we do, then it wouldn't be us. If different things happened to us, it wouldn't be us. It would be someone else asking the same set of questions. So we take what fate gives us, and we keep going. So what I did there was, I waited for the second dagger to come out before I went to my Shadow. This would ensure that I dodge the stun. Then I aimed my double Qs and hit my Thunderlords on her as well. Now she's very well in the threshold of death. I can very easily take her down with my ultimate here. But I can't use it yet, because she's gonna use her shield ability. This gives her an insane amount of damage reduction. Now, I don't necessarily have to alter here. But I know that she has flash, and I don't want her to get away. I also don't have any AD for my ultimate yet. You can get at least 7-8 AD on your first ult kill. So it's good to get at least one, even if you don't necessarily have to use it. So basically what this was to ensure that I can take her down regardless of whether she flashes or not, and for me to get AD. Now I have a choice to make here. I pushed in another wave, which means I'm free to recall. But I decided to stay and hit the tower as much as I could because I want to secure first tower for my team. I could have recalled, but I'm confident enough in my ability and confident enough in Irelia's seemingly lower skill level than mine that I don't need to go back and buy more items in order to keep winning the lane. So I stayed and I damaged the tower as much as I could. Now I can't remember if I end up killing her again or if I back off. I saw Shaco on this ward, which spooked me a little bit, so I had to use my shadow defensively. I know he's still around, so I'm a bit afraid of going in. Right now would be a great time for me to go back, but Irelia ends up turning into a bonobo. That makes things easier for me. Shaco doesn't have flash. He has Ignite instead, which means he gets to kill me here, but he dies to Kha'Zix because there's no way for him to get away, because he already jumped over the wall to chase me here. So his decision to not take flash resulted in my death, but also his as well. And feeding Kha'Zix is not something you want to do, especially as Shaco, because you're useless late game. And Kha'Zix is not. Now what happens here was, not only does he reset Irelia's gold, but she flashes to get him, which is twice as good for me. She has no idea what she's doing, or what she's getting into against me. I wait until I see Karma on this ward before I approach the midpoint of the lane. Despite the fact that she has double buffs, she's still being so cautious and afraid. I had to ult to dodge the stun there, and I flashed to get out of Irelia's melee range. If I didn't do either of those two things, if I didn't do just one of those two things, I would have died here. Now my Duskblade gets popped, so I look for the ward, and I see the puff of smoke that is Shaco. Now I cannot use my shadow in a predictive way here, because I'm about to be in melee range of two very dangerous melee champions early in the game. I cannot afford to let my shadow sit there and wait for Irelia to use her stun. I had to use it immediately. I had to jump immediately. And now, that allows her the chance to stun me here. But I still have another option. I need to ult. Shaco has no flash, and he just used his jump. He is my target here, because an Irelia with the health regen and bonus melee damage from red buff is not gonna be easy for me to kill. Shaco, on the other hand, has about 200 less health, just about, than Irelia does right now. Plus, he has much less mobility. I don't know if Irelia has her Q ready. Apparently she does, but she's not a very high clarity champion. It is not easy to tell when she has her dash reset or not. Riot screwed up in that regard. So the safer option here was to ult Shaco, because I know for sure that he already used his jump and he does not have flash as a summoner spell. I flash away from Irelia, and Kha'Zix is there to finish her off for me. Now let me see if I did enough damage to kill Shaco regardless of whether or not Kha'Zix showed up. Yes, I did. One more time, without any slowdowns. Let's see. I went back to my R-Shadow here to remain in melee range of Shaco to get my passive off, so that I didn't need Kha'Zix to help me finish him off. It ends up turning up really well for us. I can't use my control ward here.
Ionia still stands.
I don't think Ionia stands at all. Oh, now before I analyze that play, let me tell you why I didn't use the control ward I had ready here. Because I already had a standard ward here, and I did not want to go into their jungle when I didn't know where Shaco was. And also because these wards get cleared out a lot if you put them in this bush. Whereas if you put them here, they tend to last for a much longer amount of time. Okay, let's see what this monkey girl does again. Notice how I wait for the second dagger to appear before I jump to my shadow. This is because it minimizes her outplay potential. If I jump when I see the first dagger, she can just follow me and stun me with her second dagger. I needed to wait for it to show before I can go. And the rest of the fight was just me outstatting her. She cannot survive a melee confrontation with me, even with her ultimate. Without her stun, she can't win at all. All it took was double shurikens and auto attacks on my passive and I win. Because at this point I'm so much stronger than her that I out-melee her basically. And the game is already almost over. I come to help my bot lane because Irelia isn't worth that much gold anymore. And I see that their bot lane is pushed up and they have unreliable hard CC. Jin's is a skill shot, And karma's requires time. It turns out that they didn't need me all that much. So I go back on my merry way to mid lane. With my ultimate still ready. Israel was giving me a celebratory fireworks show. I made sure to thank him in the chat for it. But let's break that play down. So she tries to ambush me here, which is not a good idea, even though she gets the stun on me. I need to ult so that I can prepare my burst. I leave while she has her shield up because I can't auto her, I can't do anything to her with that shield ready. So I hit my shurikens and I wait to see what she does. She popped it too early. She did not keep the damage reduction long enough to block the damage from all of my shurikens. Because of that, I no longer have to continue in this direction. I no longer have to disengage. I can keep fighting her now, because she didn't hold her shield long enough. So I go back to this shadow, and I hit her with my passive. She still didn't have her ultimate ready from the last time she monkeyed out on me. Which means there was just no hope for her of winning this, even though she gets to jump on me with the stun here. If she had ult, she could have killed me. If she held her shield, I wasn't going to be able to kill her. If she kept her shield going, then she still wouldn't have been able to kill me, but I wasn't going to be able to kill her, because my shurikens would have done nothing to her. So I just would have kept running in this direction and she could not have reached me. But because she popped it early, thinking I'd be right here, that allowed 2 out of 3 shurikens to do full damage, which allowed me to go back in and finish her off because I knew that she still didn't have her ultimate ready. I eat the fruits here because I want to stay in lane. This will allow me to survive a Shiv from Shaco, so that I can W away if I need to. I secure that farm and I go back. We're on the last stretch of the game now. With my ult still down here, it makes it very tricky to chase her, because I had to jump to my shadow to avoid her stun, which put me very far away from her. I end up abandoning the search because, as I said earlier, she's not worth enough. At this point, a wave or two is worth more than she is right now. It's not worth the loss in time for me to keep following her.
Never falter.
I try to scavenge Kha'Zix's death here. I try to get something good out of it. Red buff's health regen managed to just barely get me out of there and salvage Kha'Zix's death. She stayed at my ultimate shadow until it timed out. Once it did, she flashed to close the distance on me. Cause I couldn't go back with her there. And once it's gone, she flashed on me because there was nowhere else I can go. But the problem is, I had my W ready, which allowed me to get away, along with Red Buff's health regen, which helped a lot in saving me. At this point, the rest of this game is a formality. It's already decided. We're just waiting for it to end now. The combo I did here was not WEQ for the slow. The combo I did was WQE. This is a much burstier combo, as you can see, because the Shadow's Q, your Q, and the Shadow's E all hit in the same moment. If you E first, then the Shadow needs time to cast the ability of the Q. And also, the Q is delayed in another way because you're waiting to cast it. Whereas if you E, no, if you Q and then E, the Shadow will use both at the same time. But if you E and then Q, you are delaying the Q. Which is why this hurts so much. Because I did it the right way. And the only time you would use this combo in this way
Never falter. Giant healing.
the only time you would use WQE instead of WEQ is if the enemy's positioning and movement are predictable enough that you do not need the slow. If you do need the slow, then you have to aim your Q. You have to watch where they're moving, which will delay Perkins, and therefore delay your burst. Watch. W, Shuriken, and then E. This allows all three abilities to hit simultaneously. Whereas if you use the slow first, you're losing valuable time.
Sa ela sa. Healing. Castriano.
So, is that they think that just because Irelia manages to stun me here, that they have some kind of advantage. They do not.
Break their lines!
If she ulted sooner, maybe it would have done something, but I still think I would have killed them both.
Peace. Dying.
And I think this is what triggered their surrender.
Ionia, come!
Never falter. Sa Elisad here.
Hey, Karma! Zed is stunned. Let's get him. Okay.
Leave none alive!
Never falter.
Spirit!
Castriano.
From how much health I had and how much damage I did, I really don't think it mattered if Irelia managed to ult me while I was unable to ult. I still think that they would both be dead. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you Unrequited for the beautiful new album that I used as my background music. It's gorgeous music, and it suits my needs perfectly well. But most of all, thank you. Again, thank you. Knowing that there's some people out there who enjoy my videos, who enjoy my voice, who enjoy my dark personality, my gameplay, even if there isn't so many of you yet, there doesn't have to be. It doesn't change anything whether there was only one of you or a million of you subscribed to me. I do this because I enjoy it, and if at least one other person out there enjoys it or can learn something from me, then I'm having fun. Thank you for watching. Please look forward to more.